So it's another Saturday, and I'm probably unconscious right now because I've just been doing the raid race. Well, as of this video is coming out, I'm actually recording this in the past, so yeah, go figure. But here's hoping Datto actually won it this time, and Salt didn't, but knowing Salt, he probably did anyway, so congratulations to Salt if he did. I imagine I'm going to probably catch up on the highlights for all that, but I'm going to get into today's video, which is the 5 weapons I want from Lightfall. Slash Season of the Defiance as well, because to be honest, there's not that many from Lightfall. But there is going to be a little bit of a theme because I actually want to kind of amplify my Strand build. I feel like it's still lacking in some parts, and I want to try and get away from Witherhoard as well, so this is basically reflecting of the build I'm trying to go for. So the first weapon I'm going to talk about is called Harsh Language, and this is from Season of the Defiance. It is a waveform grenade launcher that is void, but something that is very notable about it is that it comes with Envious Assassin, which if you've used this already, you will know that it overflows the magazine when you get kills with other weapons that you're using. So say you're getting kills with a hand cannon, and then you have this as your secondary. When you swap to this, you should have 2 rounds in the barrel instead of 1. And that's because it basically maxes out at 150% of magazine capacity, and I don't think it will give you a third one. I could be wrong, I've not actually tested this weapon yet, but I'm going to be inclined to say you get 2, so it's basically like overflow, but it procs itself and you don't have to pick up ammo for it. And then I'll also have destabilizing rounds with this because anything that gets killed will also explode in a volatile burst, which damages more enemies around me, which makes it perfect for ad clear. Which is basically the gist of my Strand build. I'm trying to make a Strand build that is just an absolute beast at clearing out ads. And so far, it's doing pretty well. But it's still lacking, like I said, and this is one of the weapons that will improve it massively. But moving on to the second weapon that will make it a massive improvement as well is Synchronic Roulette. And this is an SMG, which is kinetic strand, so it is very nice to see some strand weapons. 600 RPM, which is a bit on the lesser side, but it's the same pace of an Eye-Coloss, so it is not that bad. And again, it comes with Envious Assassin. Are you seeing a pattern yet? But it also comes with a perk called Hatchling, and what Hatchling does is, as soon as you get a kill, it will spawn a Threadling, which are those weird little green sharks that you see floating around everywhere on Neomuna. You know, the little things that seem to be surfing through the floor. That's kind of what I meant. But the idea behind this is that if I'm not using the SMG, it is getting overflowed from the grenade launcher, or even the other weapon that I'm going to talk about in a second, and then obviously vice versa, when I'm getting kills with the grenade launcher, it should be overflowing the SMG. And with it being a 26 mag and nothing else on top of this, it can basically go all the way up to a magazine of 65 at its max. Obviously you can get extended mag and backup mag to increase this further, but I think 65 in a magazine is pretty much enough. Moving on to the third weapon that I want is the Circular Logic, and I already have a roll of this, but it's a Strand machine gun that you can get, so a heavy type. And from the one I have, it is very powerful, and the one I have does actually have Envious Assassin, so I've actually tried this. There should be some footage on screen now of me having the magazine going over capped and just doing a lot of damage to ads. Not to mention it does a fairly decent amount of damage to bosses, but then again, it does have Vorpal on it, which I want Threadlings as a kind of rule of thumb, but Vorpal, I'm not going to complain too much. But I will openly say that I've managed to get the magazine to around 140 rounds. And if you actually put backup mag and extended mag on this as well, you can actually take the magazine, as when it's fully overflowed, all the way to 180 rounds. So that is excessive for literally any kind of thing. Not to mention if you put Hatchling on this as well, you will actually spawn loads of Threadlings to go out and hunt for enemies on top of whatever you're dealing with a heavy machine gun anyway. So yeah, that basically makes this machine gun extremely deadly, and if you pair it with the Strand subclass, it's even worse. But going away from the Strand subclass now, I'm going to talk about another one called the Raconteur. I don't know if I said that right or not, it's just a very weird word. But it's basically a stasis kinetic bow, and the reason I'm after this is because I don't have enough kinetic bows. I have Whispering Slab. I did have a Barring Winds a while back, but I pretty much got rid of that, so I'd like something else to fill out the void. And because this is a craftable weapon, I think it fits the slot quite nicely. It will actually encourage me to use bows more, if anything. Especially because you can get Explosive Head on it, and on top of that, you can get Archer's Tempo. Always a good combination for any kind of bow. And the fact that you can craft this bow, you can actually get the enhanced versions for it, which makes it even better. Final weapon I'm after is called the Caretaker, and this is a solar sword that come out with Seasons of the Defiance, and I pretty much just like the design. It looks like a claymore. I love it. But I'm not getting it to do the strand skating exploit that a lot of people are doing at the minute. I'm pretty much rubbish at skating. I don't think I'm ever going to try to seriously attempt to learn it. But the roles I'm going for is Incandescent and Tireless Blade. The reason I'm going for those two is literally Incandescent makes people explode into solar damage, and then Tireless Blade, if I use a Power Strike, I get 1 ammo back, which is good for longevity. But then with it being Masterworked and having Jagged Edge on it as well, you can actually take it up to an impact of 70, so this is the role I ideally will be looking out for. But that's pretty much the 5 weapons I'm after in Lightfall / Season of the Defiance. There isn't that many. I'm probably still asleep by the time this video goes up, so hopefully I will rest up. That's going to be everything for the video. Please let me know if you guys have any other preferred roles that you're looking forward to in Lightfall, because I would love to hear them. But I will see you all in the next video.